Both engineers and comedians know that success takes trial and error. Engineers tweak design so they don't explode, while comedians tweak jokes so they don't bomb. Welcome to the world where innovation meets humor, where every detail gets a second draft. Think about it, engineers and comedians aren't so different. One builds bridges while the other burns them down. Well, we wanted to know what happens when engineering meets comedy in the form of Wrong Answers Only.
Wrong Answers Only is a show where three comedians try and guess what a leading scientist does all day and why their work is important. And it's hosted by me, Chris Duffy. Wrong Answers Only is produced by Labx, which is a program of the National Academy of Sciences. They produce this comedy show with me. Their whole mission is to bring new people in, to get people to understand science in a different way and to see scientists in a different way. The way that I first got involved with Wrong Answers Only, it's a bit of an interesting path because I'm not a scientist, I'm not an engineer. I was an English major in college, but I'm really fascinated by what makes people passionate about the things that they spend their lives doing. I was meeting these people getting their PhDs, these professors who were doing this amazing research, but no one was hearing about that outside of their field. So that was the moment where the seed of a show like this kind of clicked of what if I used the platform of comedy and gave it to these people who were doing something that I thought was genuinely amazing. So that's where it all started. On the most recent episode of Wrong Answers Only, we were talking about how to turn trash into treasure, how to upcycle waste materials into something that's good for the planet. And we were doing that with this incredible USC professor, Dr. Candace Leslie Abdulaziz, who is a professor of civil and environmental engineering. And trying to understand her work were three of the funniest comedians in the world, Lauren Lapkus, Joanna, and Karen Chee. Two of the best moments that we did with Dr. Abdulaziz that made me laugh the most were having the comedians try and guess how much an electron microscope cost.
$55,000.
$100,000.
Okay.
I love this game.
Order of 10. And we told them that it was $1 million. They truly could not believe it. I'm like, how is it possible that one microscope costs more than any house that I've ever lived in? So that I thought was so funny. And another moment that I thought was great is we had each of our comedians show us a photo of what they thought was the most toxic thing in their house. I would have thought it would be like styrofoam or plastic stuff, and instead they just pulled out things that were personally toxic in their home, like a series of absolutely unhinged self-help cards or a bag filled with socks that they had not bothered to pair after doing the laundry. That's the thing that I love about this show is you get surprised. You never know what the comedians are going to say, and it leads to these really interesting discussions. It's hilarious and surprising every time.
This is a glove box.
Okay, that thing's horny.
One of the things that I love about doing the show Wrong Answers Only is that we are combining comedy and engineering in a way where it's very rare for a comedian to be making jokes about the chemical processes that could turn a plastic bottle into gasoline. And yet, that's what we were doing in the show.
You know how recycling bins are plastic?
Yeah.
So you can't recycle a recycling bin.
Oh.
Yeah,
That also feels disgusting to do. That's like cannibalism, right?
It would be really hard to get a standing room only crowd of young people to come to a lecture on chemical and environmental engineering. But because we have these famous comedians who people love and follow, people come to it because they want to be entertained, they want to laugh, and they do, but they leave with this much deeper understanding of engineering. We want the jokes to be coming from this place of like, how did we not know this? That is so incredible.
Hey, I don't know anything. That's made it clear.
My biggest dream is just that we get more people to hear about the amazing stuff that engineers and scientists are doing, and that they laugh really hard, so that they go home and they tell someone the absolutely could not be stupider joke that made them laugh so hard, and the brilliant could not be smarter science and engineering that they learned about.
Engineers often develop skills like problem solving and critical thinking, both extremely valuable in comedy. In fact, some comedians you may know have backgrounds in engineering. Mr. Bean himself, Rowan Atkinson, Jeff Foxworthy, and Biswa Kalyan-Rath. And just like these comedians, Season 2 of The Circuit has been committed to showing the power of innovation. As Season 2 of The Circuit comes to a close, Circuiteers, please be on the lookout for Season 3, premiering February 20th during National Engineers Week 2025. Until next time, keep laughing, learning, and watching past episodes of The Circuit for all things engineering. And if you enjoyed this week's episode of The Circuit, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe for more incredible engineering news. Happy holidays and Happy New Year from all of us here at The Circuit.